The sky above Earth was unusually bright that morning. People in the small town of Larksville noticed a strange shimmer in the distance. At first they thought it was a meteor, or some kind of weather phenomenon, but the shimmer grew larger and more defined, until a massive shadow stretched across the fields. Marcus, a young engineer who lived near the edge of town, was the first to see it clearly. He was repairing a broken generator when the ground trembled beneath his feet. Looking up, he could hardly believe his eyes. A giant alien had landed. Its size was unimaginable, at least 20 times taller than the tallest building in the town. Its skin was a metallic blue, reflecting the sunlight like a polished mirror. The alien's eyes glowed faintly, and its movements caused the ground to shake. Trees bent as it passed, and the wind from its motion blew Marcus's tools across the yard. Marcus was not the type to panic. He took a deep breath and ran toward the town center. He needed to warn everyone. As he ran, he saw people emerging from their houses, pointing and shouting. Cars were abandoned on the roads. The town had never seen anything like this. The alien stood at the edge of the town, observing. Its head turned slowly, scanning the buildings and people. Marcus noticed something strange. Despite its enormous size, the alien seemed curious rather than hostile. It did not attack, but its presence alone was frightening. Mayor Whitman had called an emergency meeting at the town hall. People gathered inside, whispering nervously. Marcus entered with a group of others, all looking for guidance. "We need to stay calm," Mayor Whitman said, though his hands shook slightly. "Authorities are on their way, but we must protect ourselves." Marcus shook his head. "With all due respect, Mayor, this is bigger than anything we've faced. It's not just a threat, it's intelligent. I think it's studying us." A young scientist named Lila stepped forward. "I agree with Marcus. I've been observing its movement. It doesn't behave like a mindless creature. It seems to be analyzing its surroundings, maybe even learning." The townspeople murmured in fear. Some wanted to run, others wanted to fight. Marcus looked out the window and saw the alien again. It was bending down, touching the ground gently. A deep hum came from it, vibrating through the town. The sound was not painful, but it was powerful. The buildings shook slightly. Marcus knew they needed a plan. Simply hiding would not be enough. "We need to communicate," he said. "If it is intelligent, we can try to show it that humans are not a threat." "Maybe we can help it," Lila nodded. "We have some old equipment in the lab. I think we can create a device that sends signals or light patterns, something to attract its attention in a safe way." Marcus and Lila quickly gathered materials. They grabbed flashlights, mirrors, and some old lab sensors. They worked frantically, improvising as they went. The alien was moving closer to the town center, its steps slow but deliberate. Each step caused minor tremors, but no one had been hurt yet. Finally, they finished assembling a basic signaling device. It was simple. Mirrors and lights designed to reflect sunlight in patterns, hoping the alien would notice. Marcus carried the device to the open field, waving it carefully. At first, the alien did not respond. Then its glowing eyes focused on Marcus. It tilted its head as if curious. Slowly, it reached a massive hand toward him. Marcus froze, heart pounding. The shadow of the hand stretched over him like a small cloud. To his surprise, the alien did not harm him. Instead, it lowered its hand, allowing Marcus to stand beneath it. The hum it emitted changed slightly, almost like a vibration of interest. Marcus realized it was responding to the patterns of light from the mirrors. He signaled to Lila, who adjusted the mirrors further. The alien seemed to watch the changes carefully. Marcus felt a strange connection forming, like it could sense his intentions. Suddenly, a loud roar came from the edge of the forest. Another creature appeared, smaller than the giant but still enormous, about 10 times a normal human. It ran toward the town aggressively. The townspeople screamed and scattered. The giant alien turned sharply. It let out a loud, resonant sound that echoed like a warning. The smaller creature stopped in its tracks, intimidated. It hesitated, then retreated into the forest. The townspeople watched in awe. Marcus realized something incredible. The giant alien was protecting them. It was powerful beyond imagination, but it had a sense of judgment. It could distinguish between danger and safety. Lila approached Marcus carefully. "Do you see what I see? It's not here to destroy us, it's choosing to protect us." Marcus nodded, still holding the mirror device. "If that's true, then maybe we can help it. Maybe it has a problem only humans can solve." As the day went on, the alien moved closer to the edge of town, staying near the fields. It seemed restless, pacing slowly, looking at the horizon. Marcus and Lila took notes, observing its behavior. They noticed that it occasionally touched the ground and emitted the low hum. Small plants would grow or shift slightly where it touched. "This is unbelievable," Lila whispered. "It's affecting the environment." "It's powerful, but also careful. It doesn't want to harm living things." Marcus thought hard. "We need to understand why it's here. Maybe it's looking for something. Maybe it's lost or trying to find its way home." They decided to create a makeshift communication device using the mirrors, sunlight, and vibrations. Marcus would stand near the alien while Lila manipulated the mirrors. Over several hours, they managed to get the alien's attention consistently. It began responding with small gestures, nodding, lowering its arms, or producing different hums. By evening, a crowd of townspeople had gathered at a safe distance. They watched silently, realizing that humanity was witnessing something historic. Not a battle, not a disaster, but a moment of contact between species. Marcus noticed one thing clearly. The alien was intelligent, and it was observing human creativity. It seemed fascinated by the way humans could solve problems using tools and patterns. "This is the start," Marcus said to Lila. "If we can communicate more clearly, maybe we can learn why it's here and maybe help it." The alien settled near the field for the night, watching the town quietly. Marcus and Lila returned home exhausted but determined. They knew this was only the beginning. Humanity had encountered a being of unimaginable power, and how they responded now would shape the future. As darkness fell, Marcus looked out at the giant alien silhouetted against the stars. Despite its enormous size, it seemed thoughtful. There was potential for friendship, for cooperation. He felt a spark of hope. In that quiet moment, Marcus realized that humans were not powerless. With courage, intelligence, and creativity, they could face beings far stronger than themselves and maybe even earn their respect. Tomorrow would bring new challenges. The alien had questions, and so did the humans. But for the first time, they shared a common understanding that they could coexist, and that humanity's cleverness might just be the key to solving the giant's mystery. And in the distance, a faint glow appeared on the horizon. Marcus squinted. Another figure? Another alien? Or something else entirely? The adventure was only beginning. The next morning, Marcus woke before sunrise. He could not stop thinking about the giant alien outside the town. Its massive form was still near the fields, and from his window he could see its outline against the pale orange sky. Birds circled cautiously, keeping their distance. The alien remained calm, almost patient, as if waiting. Marcus dressed quickly and grabbed a small bag with his tools. Lila had sent him a note. "Meet me at the field. I have some ideas for better communication." He ran toward the town center, already alert to every sound around him. The town was quiet now, the initial panic replaced by cautious curiosity. When he reached the field, Lila was already there, adjusting their mirror setup. She had added more sensors and light reflectors overnight. "Good morning," she said with a nervous smile. "I think we can do more today. Yesterday we got its attention. Today maybe we can understand it a little better." Marcus nodded. "I agree. Yesterday we learned it's intelligent. That means it can understand patterns and respond. We need to be careful but bold." The giant alien noticed them immediately. Its glowing eyes focused on Marcus and Lila. It let out a soft hum, vibrating the air gently. Marcus felt the hum through the soles of his boots. He realized the sound was like a language, but not in words. More like emotions and intentions carried through vibrations. Lila held up the mirror device. She angled it to catch the early sunlight, reflecting bright beams toward the alien. The alien's head tilted slightly, and it raised one massive hand. The ground trembled again as it moved closer, each step measured and deliberate. "Marcus, look," Lila whispered. The alien was mimicking some of the patterns they created with the lights. Its large hand waved slowly, imitating the motion of the mirrors. Marcus's eyes widened. This was more than curiosity, it was understanding. "We're making real contact," Marcus said, awe in his voice. "It's responding, trying to communicate back." They spent hours experimenting. The alien learned quickly. When they arranged the mirrors to make a circle of light, it would respond by moving its feet in a circle, creating small craters in the field without hurting anything. When they made zigzag patterns, the alien would mimic them with its arms. Each interaction became a simple game, but also a way to study each other. Meanwhile, the townspeople watched from a safe distance. They whispered among themselves, Some were still afraid, but many began to feel hope. For the first time, it seemed humans were not powerless against this enormous being. During a brief pause, Marcus noticed something troubling. The alien kept glancing toward the horizon, where the faint glow had appeared yesterday. Its hum changed slightly, more urgent. Marcus and Lila shared a worried look. "It's waiting for something or someone," Marcus said. Lila nodded. "We need to find out what it wants. If it's here for a reason, maybe we can help. That could be the key to building trust." Marcus had an idea. "I know it understands patterns. Maybe we can use drawings or objects to show it what humans are like. Let's start with simple shapes and actions." They gathered stones, sticks, and pieces of metal from the nearby field. Lila drew a large square with the sticks. Marcus arranged stones inside it to form simple symbols: a sun, a tree, a human figure. Then, using the mirror device, they reflected light onto each symbol in sequence. The alien's glowing eyes widened. It stepped carefully toward the symbols and lowered one enormous hand, hovering above them. Slowly, it moved its hand in the same sequence Marcus and Lila had shown. Each motion left slight marks in the soil, as if it were copying their message. Marcus's heart raced. "It's trying to understand us. It's learning our symbols." But then a sudden tremor shook the field. From the distant forest, the smaller aggressive creature appeared again. This time it was not alone. 3 more of them ran forward, charging toward the town. Their eyes glowed red, and they moved faster than anything Marcus had ever seen. The alien turned sharply. Its hum became a deep, resonant warning that shook the ground violently. The smaller creatures froze for a moment, intimidated. Marcus and Lila watched in astonishment. The alien did not attack. They could see it preferred to scare them off rather than fight. Marcus had an idea. "Lila, let's show it a way to protect the town without destroying them. We need to coordinate." Using mirrors and sunlight, they sent signals to the alien, showing lines and arrows directing its movement. The alien understood. It raised one enormous foot and stomped near the edge of the field. Dust and stones flew, scaring the smaller creatures back into the forest. The townspeople cheered quietly, amazed by the teamwork. Marcus realized something important. Humans had intelligence, creativity, and strategy, while the alien had raw power and instinct. Together, they could accomplish more than either alone. After the danger passed, Marcus and Lila approached the alien cautiously. Marcus held out a metal plate they had found, reflecting sunlight directly into its eyes in a steady pattern. The alien responded by lowering its massive hand almost like a bow. Marcus reached toward it carefully. The alien's hand hovered above him, enormous but gentle. Marcus placed a small stone in its palm. To his surprise, the alien carefully examined it with its glowing eyes, then returned it to the ground, touching it lightly. The stone seemed to vibrate, as if charged with energy. "It's showing us that it trusts us," Lila said softly. "Or maybe it's asking us to trust it." Marcus nodded. "Either way, we need to keep learning from it. I think it has something important to show us, something that could change everything." As the sun began to set, the alien walked to the edge of the field. It knelt down, creating a shallow depression in the ground with its hands. Inside the depression, small plants began to grow rapidly. Flowers bloomed and grass spread as if accelerated by some invisible force. The townspeople gasped in wonder. This is incredible," Marcus whispered. "It's not just powerful. It can heal the environment, grow life. Humans have never seen anything like this." Lila looked thoughtful. "Maybe that's why it came here. Maybe it needs our help to solve a bigger problem. Maybe the world beyond the horizon is in danger and it came to find allies." Marcus felt a shiver of excitement. If that's true, then humanity has a chance to show what we can do. We can be more than just small, fragile creatures. We can help a being this strong and maybe even save others. The alien sat quietly in the field, watching the glowing plants. Marcus and Lila stayed nearby, taking notes and observing. Each movement, each hum, each change in the soil seemed meaningful. They realized that communication would take time, patience, and creativity. Night fell, and the alien's glowing eyes lit up the field faintly, like twin lanterns. Marcus and Lila made a small camp nearby, keeping watch. They talked quietly about what they had learned. "We have made the first real connection," Marcus said. "It's intelligent, it understands patterns, and it seems willing to cooperate. But we need to find out why it's here." "That's the next step," Lila nodded. "Tomorrow we can try more advanced communication. Maybe we can use vibrations and sounds in combination with the lights. We need to show it we are helpful, not just curious." Marcus looked toward the horizon again where the faint glow had appeared before. And we need to be ready for anything else that comes. The smaller creatures could return or something bigger, but for now we have hope. Humanity is not powerless, not when we work together. As they slept under the stars, the alien remained vigilant. Its hum vibrated softly through the night, a gentle presence in the dark fields. Marcus and Lila knew this was only the beginning. The giant alien had arrived, and with it a challenge and an opportunity for humans to show their courage, intelligence, and creativity. Somewhere beyond the horizon, a faint light pulsed steadily. Marcus felt certain it was connected to the alien. Whatever lay ahead, they would face it together, humans and the giant being united in purpose. And as the first stars appeared in the night sky, Marcus smiled. For the first time, he truly believed that humanity could rise to meet the impossible. The next morning, the sky over Larksville was clear, but an uneasy tension lingered in the air. Marcus and Lila met near the field where the giant alien had made its temporary home. Its enormous body was stretched across the landscape, resting but alert. Its glowing eyes followed every movement, scanning the horizon as if expecting something to appear. Marcus tightened his backpack straps and whispered, "Yesterday went well, but I have a feeling today will be different." "That glow we saw, I think it's a signal or a warning." Lila nodded. "We need to be ready, and maybe we can finally understand why it came here." They began the day by arranging more mirrors and sunlight devices. This time they tried combining the light patterns with low vibrations on the ground, using simple machinery from Lila's lab. The idea was to create a pattern that the alien could understand as a question. The alien noticed immediately. Its giant hand moved to the field, brushing aside dirt and rocks, and it seemed to follow the pattern carefully. Then for the first time it made a series of low melodic hums. The vibrations were stronger, almost like a heartbeat, and they resonated deep into Marcus's chest. "It's responding in a different way today," Lila whispered. "It's not just copying us, it's sending something back." Marcus felt a rush of excitement. "It's communicating. Maybe it's trying to tell us what it needs." The alien then lifted one massive arm and pointed toward the horizon, to the faint glow that had appeared days before. Marcus's heart skipped a beat. It was clear. Whatever lay beyond the horizon was connected to the alien's arrival. Suddenly, a loud roar echoed from the forest beyond the field. Marcus spun around to see the smaller, aggressive creatures emerging once again, but this time there were more of them, at least 6. Their glowing red eyes seemed angry, and their movements were faster than before. The townspeople screamed and retreated toward the center of town. Marcus and Lila watched in horror as the creatures charged. The alien rose slowly to its full height, its shadow stretching across the field like a dark tower. It let out a deep, resonant hum that shook the air and caused the smaller creatures to hesitate. Marcus had an idea. "Lila, we need to guide it. Use the mirrors to show it where to step to avoid the town. We can help it defend without causing damage." Lila quickly angled the mirrors to catch the sunlight, creating patterns on the ground that indicated paths and directions. The alien seemed to understand immediately. It stomped its enormous feet along the suggested routes, creating tremors that frightened the smaller creatures back toward the forest. One of the creatures tried to slip past, moving stealthily toward the town. The alien's glowing eyes followed it, and with a single slow wave of its massive arm, it created a gust of wind so strong that the creature was knocked back into the forest. The townspeople cheered cautiously, realizing that the alien was not just powerful, it was careful and intelligent. Marcus and Lila exchanged a look of relief. "It's protecting us," Marcus said. "It's not here to destroy, just to defend." After the threat was gone, the alien returned to the field near Marcus and Lila. This time, it lowered its massive body to the ground and began touching the soil with its hands. Tiny plants sprouted rapidly where it touched, and water seemed to gather in small pools. Marcus stepped closer, careful not to frighten it. "Look at that," Lila said, eyes wide. "It's helping the environment. That's why it came here. It's not just protecting us. It wants to heal the land." Marcus nodded thoughtfully. "Then maybe we can help it. Maybe it needs humans for something it cannot do alone." As they worked, Marcus noticed a strange vibration coming from the horizon. The glow was brighter now, pulsing rhythmically. It was different from the alien's hum. "That's not it," Marcus said. "That's coming from something else. Something big," Lila frowned. "We need to find out what it is before it reaches the town." Marcus thought for a moment. We can't move fast enough to confront it physically. But maybe we can use the alien to our advantage. It listens to patterns and strategies. If we show it a plan, it will understand. They ran back to the town hall to gather more materials. Using large sheets of metal, mirrors, and ropes, they created patterns on the ground visible from a distance. These patterns indicated movement, direction, and strategy, essentially a map showing where to guide the alien to intercept the new threat. By mid-afternoon, the pulsing glow had grown stronger. A massive armored creature emerged from the forest, bigger and more menacing than the smaller ones they had seen before. Its skin shimmered like steel and its eyes burned with a strange green light. It moved steadily, its steps shaking the ground. Marcus and Lila quickly signaled the alien. The giant being responded immediately. Its massive hands lifted dirt and rocks, forming barriers to funnel the armored creature toward the patterns on the ground. The smaller creatures appeared to assist it, but they were scattered and hesitant. The alien stomped forward, moving with careful precision. Every action followed the plan Marcus and Lila had laid out. The armored creature roared, trying to break the path, but the alien's strength and intelligence were unmatched. It guided the threat away from the town, using vibrations and movements to control its route. Finally, after a tense series of maneuvers, the armored creature reached a valley near the forest. Trapped by the natural landscape and the alien's positioning, it let out a final roar and disappeared into the shadows. The field near the town was quiet again, and the townspeople cautiously emerged. Marcus felt a mix of relief and amazement. "We did it," he said. "Humans and the alien working together, we saved the town." Lila smiled. "And we learned something important. It trusts us, and it can follow our strategies. That means we can work together for bigger challenges." The alien knelt near the field and extended one massive arm toward Marcus. He approached carefully, holding a reflective metal plate. The alien's glowing eyes focused on it. Then it placed its enormous hand gently on the ground. The plate reflected sunlight onto the alien, creating patterns across its body. Marcus noticed something remarkable. The alien was reacting not just to the light, but to the intentions behind it. It recognized the patterns as a sign of trust and cooperation. For the first time, Marcus felt that the alien understood humans on a deeper level. That night, the alien remained in the field, its glowing eyes scanning the horizon. Marcus and Lila made a small camp nearby, keeping watch and recording every movement. They discussed what they had learned and planned for tomorrow. "We've made progress," Marcus said. "It trusts us, it can follow plans, and it can help protect the town. But that glow on the horizon, whatever is out there is still a mystery." Lila nodded. "And we need to be ready. If the alien came here for a reason, then it's likely that bigger challenges are coming. We can't assume it will always be simple." As they slept under the stars, Marcus thought about the possibilities. The alien was a being of unimaginable power, but it valued intelligence and creativity. Humanity had something the alien could not have alone: ingenuity, courage, and teamwork. Somewhere beyond the horizon, the faint glow pulsed steadily, a reminder that the world was larger and stranger than anyone in Larksville had imagined. Marcus felt certain that this was only the beginning of an adventure that could change the future, for humans and for the alien giant alike. The night passed quietly, but the air was charged with anticipation. Marcus and Lila knew that the next day would bring new discoveries, new challenges, and perhaps the first real answers to why the alien had come to Earth. As the stars sparkled above, the alien hum vibrated softly through the field. A gentle, steady presence. Marcus felt a deep sense of connection, knowing that humanity and this enormous being had begun a partnership that could shape the fate of both species. And with the horizon glowing faintly in the distance, Marcus whispered to Lila, "Tomorrow we find out what's really out there, and we face it together." The following morning, the town of Larksville was quiet, the events of the previous days leaving a sense of cautious calm. But Marcus could feel the tension in the air. He and Lila had made plans overnight. The glowing pulse on the horizon had grown stronger, and it was clear that they could not wait any longer. Whatever was out there had a connection to the giant alien, and they needed answers. Marcus packed a small bag with supplies, ropes, tools, a portable scanner from Lila's lab, and a few reflective devices. Lila carried her notebook, sensors, and the mirror signaling equipment. The townspeople watched from a distance, some anxious, some excited. Marcus turned to them and said, "We will be careful. But this is bigger than us and we need to understand it. The alien is coming with us." The giant alien, sensing the decision, moved closer, its massive hand lowered to the ground, and Marcus placed a reflective plate on it. The alien nudged him gently, indicating readiness. Its glowing eyes were focused on the horizon, filled with an unusual intensity. Together, they started moving toward the glow. The alien's enormous strides quickly carried them across fields and hills. Marcus and Lila held onto ropes tied to its arms to keep themselves safe. The ground trembled with each step and small trees bent as the giant passed. But the alien moved carefully to avoid harming any living thing. Hours passed. They crossed rivers, climbed rocky hills, and moved through dense forests. The alien's presence protected them from dangerous animals and natural hazards. It was clear that it understood how to safeguard the humans even while traveling so fast. By mid-afternoon, they reached a valley filled with strange, glowing vegetation. The plants emitted faint light, casting colorful shadows. The air was warm and the energy of the place was different, almost alive. Marcus scanned the surroundings with Lila's portable device. "Lila, look at this," Marcus said, pointing to the readings. "The energy here, it's unlike anything on Earth. It's almost like this place is alive on a completely different level." Lila's eyes widened. "And the alien seems more at home here. It's calm but alert. I think it recognizes this place." As they moved deeper into the valley, the alien suddenly stopped. Its glowing eyes scanned the horizon and its hum grew louder, vibrating the air in a steady rhythm. Marcus felt it in his chest, a low, steady vibration that seemed like a heartbeat. The glow ahead intensified, revealing a massive structure partially hidden by the glowing vegetation. Marcus and Lila approached cautiously. The structure looked ancient, made of smooth metallic surfaces with flowing shapes that seemed organic. It pulsed with light in a pattern similar to the hum of the alien. "The alien. It knows this place," Lila whispered. "This must be why it came here. It's connected somehow." As they stepped closer, a sudden movement caught their attention. From the shadows emerged a group of creatures, larger than the smaller ones they had seen before, but less aggressive than the armored creature. They had glowing eyes and smooth, reflective skin. The alien immediately stepped forward, placing itself between Marcus, Lila, and the creatures. Its hum resonated strongly, a warning that vibrated through the valley. The creatures paused. Their eyes flickered as if recognizing the giant alien. Slowly they backed away, circling the structure. Marcus realized that the alien was respected here. It was powerful and known, not just a stranger. Lila scribbled notes quickly. "Marcus, I think this structure is some kind of communication hub. The creatures recognize it and the alien is reacting to it. Maybe it was waiting for us to help interpret its purpose." Marcus nodded. "Let's get closer, carefully." As they approached, they saw symbols etched into the surface of the structure. They glowed faintly, responding to the alien's hum. Marcus held up a reflective plate, sending light onto the symbols. The alien's massive hand hovered over them, and suddenly, one section of the structure shifted, opening like a door. Inside, they could see more glowing panels and patterns. The air inside the structure was warm, and it vibrated gently as if alive. Marcus and Lila stepped carefully, their eyes wide with wonder. The alien knelt beside the entrance, its glowing eyes scanning every movement. Suddenly, a low melodic tone echoed through the chamber. The glowing panels reacted, displaying patterns that Marcus and Lila could almost recognize as a language, a sequence of lights and vibrations. Lila adjusted her devices, trying to replicate the patterns. The alien mirrored her gestures, and slowly a basic form of communication began. "It's amazing," Lila whispered. "The alien is teaching us how this language works. It wants us to understand it." Marcus felt a rush of determination. "Then we will learn. Whatever this place is, it holds answers. We just need to pay attention and use what we've learned." Hours passed as they deciphered the glowing language. The alien responded to their actions, guiding them with gestures and hums. They realized that the structure was more than a building. It was a network, a hub for interstellar communication. The alien had come to activate it, but it could not do so alone. Humans, with their creativity and understanding, were required to complete the process. Suddenly, the structure's panels displayed a warning. A glowing red section appeared, pulsing rapidly. Marcus and Lila exchanged worried looks. The alien's hum became urgent, vibrating through the entire valley. Something is coming, Marcus said. The red pattern. It's a threat alert. We need to act fast, Lila nodded. We have to help it. We know the strategy now. Let's guide it again using what we've learned. Outside the structure, the ground trembled as a new threat approached. Larger than any creature they had seen before, it moved with terrifying speed. The alien immediately positioned itself between Marcus, Lila, and the structure, ready to defend. Using reflective plates and light patterns, Marcus and Lila directed the alien's movements. It stomped and created barriers, but also avoided harming the glowing vegetation or the smaller creatures nearby. Their teamwork was precise. Humans' creativity guided the alien's raw power. After a tense series of maneuvers, the alien managed to drive the new threat back, funneling it into a safe zone far from the structure. Marcus and Lila breathed heavily, realizing how close the valley had come to being damaged. The alien turned to them, and its glowing eyes reflected a faint sense of gratitude. Marcus stepped forward, placing a hand on the reflective plate. The alien touched it gently with its massive hand. In that moment, Marcus felt a connection, a bond forming between human and giant being. Lila smiled, exhausted but exhilarated. We've done it. We've protected the structure, and we've started understanding it. The alien trusts us more than ever. Marcus nodded. And we've learned something important. Humans have intelligence, courage, and creativity that even the strongest beings recognize. That's why we can work together. As night fell, the valley glowed softly, illuminated by the alien and the structure. Marcus and Lila set up a small camp, keeping watch. They recorded their findings and planned for the next day. Knowing that the glowing pulse on the horizon had not yet revealed its full secret, the alien rested nearby, its hum vibrating gently through the valley. Marcus felt a deep sense of hope. Humanity was no longer just observers. They were partners in a mission that could reach far beyond their world. And as the stars sparkled overhead, the alien's eyes focused on the horizon. Marcus whispered to Lila, "Tomorrow we uncover the full purpose of this place, and we face whatever challenges lie beyond together." The night was quiet but alive with anticipation. The alien and the humans had taken the first steps toward a new alliance, one that could change the future of both species. For Marcus, Lila, and the people of Larksville, the adventure had only just begun. The valley glowed softly as dawn broke. Marcus and Lila woke early, eager to continue their work with the alien and the mysterious structure. The events of the previous days had revealed one undeniable truth. Humans and the alien could achieve extraordinary things when they worked together. But the glowing pulse on the horizon remained a mystery, and they knew it was only a matter of time before it revealed its full purpose. Marcus adjusted the reflective plate in his bag, and Lila carried her sensors and mirrors. The alien, sensing their readiness, rose to its enormous height. Its glowing eyes scanned the horizon and then focused on the valley, signaling that it was ready to lead them. "This is it," Marcus said quietly. "Whatever lies beyond, we face it together." They moved carefully through the valley, the alien's massive steps creating small tremors that vibrated through the glowing ground. The smaller creatures they had encountered before watched from a distance, seemingly respecting the giant alien as they had the structure. As they approached the edge of the valley, the glow on the horizon intensified. It was no longer a faint light, it pulsed rhythmically, sending waves of energy through the air. Marcus and Lila felt it in their bones. This was something powerful, something ancient, and it was clearly the source of the alien's arrival. The alien led them to a ridge overlooking a massive plain. At the center of the plain was a gigantic crystal formation, shimmering with colors Marcus had never seen before. The crystal pulsed with energy, sending waves of light into the sky. Surrounding it were smaller creatures, moving in patterns that seemed almost like a ritual. Lila gasped. "It's alive. The crystal itself, it's like a beacon or a core of energy. That's why the alien came. It must be connected to its kind or to its world." Marcus nodded. "And those smaller creatures, they might be guardians. Or they might be responding to the crystal's energy." The alien stepped forward, its massive form casting a shadow over the plain. It emitted a deep resonant hum that vibrated through the crystal. The smaller creatures paused and turned their attention to the giant. The crystal responded, pulsing faster and brighter. Marcus and Lila realized that the alien was trying to communicate with the crystal. Its hums, vibrations, and gestures were interacting with the energy, as if it were unlocking something or sending a signal. "We need to help it," Marcus said. "We can't use strength, but we can use our patterns and devices. We can show it the sequence like we did with the mirrors before." Lila quickly arranged mirrors and reflective plates on the ridge. She angled them to catch sunlight and directed onto the crystalline patterns. Marcus activated the portable sensors, sending vibrations through the ground in sync with the light. The crystal responded immediately. Pulses of light traveled through the valley, illuminating everything with a dazzling glow. The alien emitted a hum that matched the rhythm of the signals. Marcus and Lila realized they were creating a combined pattern of energy, vibration, and light. Human ingenuity guiding the alien's raw power to interact with the crystal. For hours, they worked tirelessly. The patterns grew more complex and the alien responded with increasing intensity. Slowly, the crystal's energy stabilized and a holographic image appeared above it, shimmering like liquid light. It was a star map, showing a vast network of worlds and signals connecting them. Marcus stepped back in awe. This is a map of the galaxy. And the signals. It's like the crystal is trying to reach others of its kind. Lila nodded. The alien came here to activate it, but it needed humans to help interpret the patterns to complete the connection. That's why it chose Earth, and why it responded to our creativity. Suddenly, the ground trembled violently. A dark figure emerged from the horizon, the armored creature they had seen before, stronger and larger than ever. Its glowing green eyes burned with determination, and it moved toward the crystal. The smaller creatures scattered, alarmed. Marcus and Lila froze. "It's trying to destroy the crystal," Marcus shouted. "We have to stop it." The alien immediately stepped forward, positioning itself between the crystal and the armored creature. Its hum grew deafening, shaking the ground and sending a pulse of energy through the valley. The armored creature hesitated, but it did not retreat. Marcus acted quickly. He and Lila directed sunlight and vibrations in precise patterns, signaling the alien where to move. The alien stomped the ground, creating barriers of dirt and rock while avoiding the crystal. The armored creature roared, charging again. But the alien's movements were precise, calculated, and guided by the human's strategies. For a tense moment, it seemed the armored creature might reach the crystal. But Marcus remembered something important. The alien could sense intention and pattern. He signaled a new sequence combining light, vibration, and movement. The alien responded instantly, moving with such force and precision that it knocked the armored creature off balance and drove it away from the crystal. The threat was gone, retreating into the horizon. Marcus and Lila watched, breathing heavily. The alien lowered itself beside the crystal, sending gentle hums through the energy core. The smaller creatures returned, observing peacefully. The crystal's light pulsed steadily now, calm and strong. Lila turned to Marcus, eyes shining. "We did it. The crystal is safe, and we've completed the connection. The alien has achieved its goal with our help." Marcus smiled, exhausted but proud. "This is what humans can do. We may not be the strongest, but we can solve problems, create patterns, and guide even the most powerful beings." The alien extended one massive hand toward Marcus and Lila. They approached carefully, placing reflective plates and sensors into its palm. The alien's glowing eyes focused on them, and for a long moment, there was a sense of understanding, a bond that transcended species. The crystal pulsed once more, and a beam of light shot into the sky, connecting with distant stars. The alien emitted a low hum of satisfaction, and Marcus felt the vibration as a warm, steady rhythm. It was as if the alien was thanking them, acknowledging that humans had been essential in completing the task. Lila whispered, "We've done more than help. We've proven something important. Humans can make a difference, even on a cosmic scale." Marcus nodded. "And the alien has shown us that strength is important, but intelligence, creativity, and courage are just as powerful. Together we can face anything." The alien then turned, its massive form casting a shadow across the valley. Slowly it began to walk toward the horizon, the crystal still glowing behind it. Marcus and Lila followed, holding onto ropes for safety. They realized that the alien was not leaving. They were now partners in a journey that could take them beyond Earth. As they moved, the smaller creatures rejoined them, guiding and observing. The alien emitted a series of hums that resonated with Marcus and Lila, almost like a melody of trust and cooperation. The bond between species was complete. By evening, they reached a plateau overlooking the valley. The crystal's glow reflected on Marcus's and Lila's faces, and the alien sat nearby, calm and powerful. The world felt different now, not just because of the adventure, but because they had experienced something larger than themselves. Marcus turned to Lila. "We've learned something incredible. Humans are clever, resourceful, and brave. We can solve problems even the strongest cannot handle alone. That's what makes it unique," Lila smiled. "And we've seen that even the most powerful beings need help sometimes. Cooperation and understanding are stronger than raw strength." The alien's eyes glowed softly, and its hum vibrated through the ground, a gentle reminder of their partnership. Marcus and Lila knew that whatever challenges lay ahead, they would face them together, with courage, intelligence, and creativity. The stars appeared above, shining brighter than ever, as if celebrating the alliance between humans and the alien. Marcus looked at the horizon where the glowing pulse had first appeared. It was now calm, steady, and beautiful, a symbol of hope and connection. For the first time, Marcus truly believed that humanity could rise to meet the impossible. Not with weapons, not with force, but with ingenuity, courage, and the willingness to work together. The alien rested beside them, and Marcus whispered, "This is only the beginning. Together we can face anything." And as the night settled over the valley, humans and alien alike felt a deep sense of achievement, unity, and hope. They had faced the impossible, and they had prevailed. The adventure had ended for now, but the bond between Earth and the stars had been forged, stronger than anyone could have imagined.